Okay guys, welcome, long time no see. It is Ball TV. If it's your first time here, welcome and hope to see you again. In the previous weeks I was talking about dreams, talking about how, when I dream, my dreams actually come to pass. Sometimes I'll dream things that are going to happen, sometimes I dream before they happen, whatnot. But today let's take a break from my dreams. I still have a lot of them, a lot of those dreams, but probably in the next video. Okay, so today I'm just gonna talk about nannies or babysitter, housekeepers, auntie, the way we call them back home. If some of you that know, I have a best-selling book. I have a lot of books on Amazon, probably close to 30 books on Amazon, and most of them are bestsellers. So one book, which is actually a bestseller as well, it's in regards to nannies, housekeeping or housekeepers or whatever you call them, from which part of the world you're from. So the story that I'm gonna tell you guys about is about a nanny. So I don't want to scare you guys, but it's something that actually happened. I'm not sure if part of this information I have it in the book, but I'll probably need part 2 of the book, because the book is a collection of nanny story, housekeeper stories and whatnot. Okay? All right. So this is a story about a nanny that was looking for help, obviously. So this nanny was living with her sister, okay? And then they lost their mom, but the nanny has a little girl. The girl was, I think, 7 or 8 years old, and she needed assistance. But the sister that she was staying with wasn't making a lot of money, so she decided that she would go and work as a nanny, and she would leave her daughter with her sister. The sister had other children, so obviously that won't be an issue, and her sister had no issue with that either. So anyways, she was planning to get 2 jobs. She's going to be a living-in caregiver in one home, and maybe the second home she can, work there maybe just few hours and go back home. Okay. So anyways, so she went to this particular agency that was looking for someone. She kept going to the agency, but she didn't get any help. So then one day she was just going for a walk, and then she saw this big house, and something just told her to go and knock to see if they will need a nanny. So she went and knocked at this prestigious big home, and someone answered, and the person said that, you know what, I don't know if they are looking for a nanny, but I'll pass your message. So it's like the gatekeeper, whoever was at the door. And then, of course, the madam of the house was asking, who's that at the gate? Who are you speaking with? And then she said, well, I have a girl here wanting to become a nanny. So the lady called her in, obviously, and she spoke with her. And she told her, yes, she's living with her sister, and she's looking for extra income. And she is willing to work to this lady as a nanny. So the madam said, you know what, I'm actually looking for a nanny. Apparently she's pregnant, and she was hoping that she might get assistance somewhere else, but she wasn't even expecting to get a nanny. She never thought of getting a nanny. But she told the girl, you know what, give me your number. Who knows, maybe if I need you, I'll call you. So okay, the girl left. Let's call her Theresa. Theresa left. So Theresa continued going around knocking at people's doors, random doors, to see if she can be hired as a nanny. So of course, a few days later, this particular madam called her and told her she wanted She wants a nanny, but she's actually she wants someone that is going to be live-in. She's looking for a living-in caregiver. So basically, the nanny can also help get her kids ready for school, and because she's expectant, and this nanny could maybe help with the baby, right? And then the girl was like, no problem, I can do a living-in caregiver, living-in nanny, living-in whatever type of, and her duty was not specified also. She was going to be a nanny, housekeeper, cook, everything, like all in one kind of a bundle. So anyways, she was happy that she got a house to stay in and also a job, obviously. And then, of course, she started staying with this lady. And the lady lives with her husband. But the funny thing is, every time there is an argument between husband and wife, the husband will talk to her about it. And when the wife is there, the wife will also talk to her about it. But she didn't really care. And that's why the title of my book is Things Your Domestic Workers Will Love to Tell You, But They Will Not. So what the domestic workers will actually love to tell you is that they don't care about your bickering. They don't care about who's fighting who. They don't care about what is going on between their husband and wife. They are there to do their job and get paid. Okay? So moving on. So the nanny continued to stay at this particular house. And then she wasn't really happy that these people are always telling her things and all that stuff. Anyways. And then staying there a few months on, she was able to get a second job. You guys remember this nanny, Theresa, she was looking for a second job, right? So she got a second job. But the second job, the madam was very nice. However, the madam was having issues getting pregnant. And now this madam that she's staying with, remember, is pregnant, was also expecting, right? Okay. And then, obviously, the madam, that the first house that Theresa got, where she was hired as a nanny, cook, and everything, the lady gave birth, and she gave birth to twins. But when she gave birth to twins, she, like wealthy, rich family, she didn't want to go and give birth to the hospital. She wanted to give birth at home. And when she gave birth to twins, she told her midwife that, she's not happy that she had twins because their finances is going down. The husband is never home most of the time, and she doesn't want to. She's not happy that she had twins, right? Okay, so Theresa had overheard the conversation. So Theresa told her that, I know you are not happy that you gave birth to twins, but your husband is out of town. He doesn't know you gave birth to twins. If you give me one child, I can go and give it up for adoption or just give it out and nobody will find out. And your husband will just think that you had one child. And the madam was like, oh my God, Theresa, you are such a lifesaver. She was so happy with Theresa. She's like, you know what? That is such a good idea. So guys, Theresa told her, you know what? Let me go home first, discuss it with my sister, and then I'll get back to you. The madam was like, fine. Theresa didn't go home. Theresa went to her second job, where she has this madam that is trying to get a child, but she's having problem getting pregnant. So Theresa went and spoke with her. She said, Madam, I just have something to tell you. If you want to take it, that's fine, but I'm just going to say it. The madam is like, what? So Theresa told her first job where she works, the madam gave birth to twins, but she's not happy that she had twins. She wants to give one of the twins away. So Theresa told her that, you know what? If you are interested, I can bring this twin to you, one of the child, because that madam doesn't know, and she doesn't want her husband to find out that she gave birth to twins. And then the madam was like, oh, is that so? You know what? Tell me more. And Theresa told her, by the way, it is not free. I'm going to request $50,000. But not to worry, you can always pay it in. So, moving on. So Theresa obviously went and told the other madam, her second job, that her madam, from the first job, gave birth to twin, and she doesn't want to keep both children, and she's willing to give out one. But she can give that child to her, the second job madam, but she needs $50,000. And she told the madam, not to worry, you can pay in installment. You don't have to pay the money in full. Very tempting, yes? The madam is like, you know what? You are such a lifesaver. Oh my God, you are the best thing that ever happened to me. Bring the child at once. I'm gonna pay you. So the plan was she's going to pay Theresa $10,000, and then after that she can pay $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, whatever amount that she has, she can pay until she's done with the $50,000. The madam accepted. She gave Theresa the first check of $50,000. Theresa went to her madam, the first job, and told her that, you know what, I found someone that is willing to take the child. And then she said, okay, just take the child. I don't want to deal with it, blah, blah, blah. And remember, she gave the child to Theresa for free. She didn't charge Theresa anything. She's like, just take the child away from here. I don't want to hear from it ever again. And I'm going to call my husband to say that, I gave birth. But of course, we're just going to tell him that it's only one child. Theresa was like, fine. So Theresa took this child to her second job, where they gave her the $10,000. So Theresa continued to work at both places. Okay? Theresa did not tell her sister of all the happenings. Stay tuned. There's more. Watch out for your nannies. Anyways, back to the story. So first job, Theresa's first madam, the first place she's working in, everything was going as planned. The husband came. The husband was so happy. But Theresa hated the fact that anytime the couple have any sorts of argument, they will want to talk to Theresa. The husband, when the wife goes to work, the husband will be telling Theresa everything. When the husband is at work or the wife is home, that's all. And Theresa is like, you know what? I'm going to teach these people a lesson. Do you know what she did? Theresa started to seduce the husband. Started to seduce her madam's husband, first job. And she started telling the guy, when you're at work, your wife does this, the wife does that. Theresa planned with someone to come to the home. A guy. The moment the husband was leaving, the guy is also leaving. The guy asked Theresa, who was that? He's like, oh, you don't know? That is your wife's boyfriend. So basically, Theresa set the guy up, the madam up. So the husband started looking at Theresa differently. Theresa started having an affair with the husband. The wife found out. The wife told her, Theresa, what are you doing? That is my husband. Remember this, the child that Theresa went and sold to her madam in the second job? That conversation of the childbirth and the selling of taking away that child to someone else. Theresa recorded her madam saying that to give away that child, she doesn't want to hear about the child again and blah, blah, blah. Theresa recorded it. When the madam found out about her affair with the husband, Theresa took the video showing the madam, "You want to spoil my job telling me that I'm having an affair with your husband? Or do you want me to tell your husband that you gave birth to twins and you told me to go and throw the other child away? So I threw the child in the water, in the bush, somewhere in the forest. We don't know. Maybe the child is even dead, eaten by wild animals. And you are here having the guts to tell me that I'm having an affair with your husband? That is the least of thank you can give. You never paid me anything. When I covered your secret, did you give me money? No. So, take this as a thank you." The wife didn't know what to do. And remember, Theresa having an affair with the lady's husband, and known to the guy, Theresa was recording everything, including sex sessions. So one day, the guy decided he doesn't want the affair anymore. He told Theresa, "You know what, Theresa? I don't want these affairs anymore. We need to stop. My wife is going to find out." Theresa is like, "You know what? I was gonna tell you, honey. I changed my mind. I want to be your wife." "What do you mean? What do you mean, Theresa, you want to be my wife? You are a nanny. You are a house help. You are a cook. That's what you are. You cannot be my wife. I have a wife." Theresa took the video of the recording, showed the guy. He's like, "Well, if you don't want to get married to me, that's okay. I guess your wife will know, but not only your wife, your colleagues at work, because I can take the video, go with it to social media. You know what? My videos haven't gone viral for a while, so I think this video will help revamp things." The guy's like, "Theresa, please don't do this, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "You know what? My request is simple. Marry me. Divorce your wife." The guy was a CEO of a company. He had to divorce his wife. And he married Theresa, the house help. But Theresa wasn't done. Theresa was not done. So when the guy married Theresa, Theresa was not satisfied. Theresa was not satisfied. Theresa wanted more. Theresa wanted to be promoted to the CEO position. And before she did that, look at this nanny, how smart she is. While she was still having an affair with the guy, she was going to school doing night classes. None of them knew. She finished her school, graduated and everything. When he married the guy, he started going to the office every now and then and started learning what the job is about and what the duties entail. He decided that, you know what? She wants to be the CEO. Tell the guy, "You know what? I'm not your wife. I need to be the CEO of your company. You can be the president, but I want to be the CEO." The husband is like, "How can you do that? You don't even know much about the work. Yes, you're my wife, but that cannot happen." It's like, well, showed him the video. Do you want to go viral? You know, I still have all. So Theresa keep insisting for the guy to make him the CEO of his company. Otherwise, any small provocation should be like, you know what? I have videos. I'll put it in social media. The guy had no choice but to put Theresa, the CEO, promoted her to the CEO position. While Theresa is doing all this, remember she had a second job, right? You guys remember? The lady that she gave the child? She went there and told the woman, change of plans. We need to increase the money. I told you 50,000, but 50,000 is not enough. It's not worth a child. Because even surrogate mothers can charge more than 50,000. So I think you cheated me. The woman is like, oh my God, Theresa, why are you doing this? I don't have money, blah, blah, blah. What am I gonna do? And then Theresa, and remember that woman, her husband was away for some time. And Theresa convinced her to tell the husband that this is his biological child. She's like, you know what, your husband is away for 6 months. You know, you can always come up with stories to say that he is the father. They even went and brought some fake DNA test. The guy believed that was his child. But Theresa recorded all kind of conversation. When the guy came, Theresa told her, you need to give me the money, extra money I'm asking for. Otherwise, unfortunately, I will do something that you will not believe. The woman is like, what can you do? You are just a house girl, blah, blah, blah. Theresa is like, okay. When this woman's husband came back from work trip, Theresa started having an affair with the guy. And she told the guy that, you know what, first of all, this is not your wife's child. This child is not yours. Theresa brought all receipts and gave the guy. Show all kind of video and recordings. That you see this woman, you need to send her out of this house. And then, of course, the guy goes and sends away this woman with the child. And then Theresa is like, you know what? Don't go with the child. In fact, change of plan. I'm going to return the child to their rightful owners. So while Theresa was here spoiling this home, the guy on the other side was now talking with the wife. When Theresa went one day, saw the woman there, the ex. And the guy was like, what is your ex doing in my house? And the guy's like, no, this is not your house. This is my house. Theresa's like, okay. Theresa goes and brings that child and tell the guy, do you know what? You should thank me. And you should thank God that I agreed to marry a fool like you. You see this child and the other child, you see how alike they look? Because those are your children, damn. These are your children. Your wife gave birth to twins. You want the recording? Theresa put the video and the recording of his wife telling Theresa for them to throw away the child. That you see, and this is the woman you want to bring back. The woman was like, Theresa, this thing was confidential. This was a secret. Why are you saying this? What's wrong with you? And the husband is like, you know what, Theresa? Thank you. He sent the wife out of the house. Okay. So when the guy sent the wife out of the house, he now foolishly trusts Theresa 100%. She put everything in the company and everything to him and Theresa's name. Okay? And once Theresa saw that, Theresa went and divorced him. Do you know why Theresa divorced him? Because she wants to get married to the second job, the madam husband, from the second job. So Theresa divorced him and took 3/4 of the company, including the house. Theresa took everything. The guy had nothing. A quarter of a share that the guy was left with, the guy was now she found out that the guy was messing with someone else at work. So Theresa bought the shares. So basically the guy has nothing on the streets. Right? And Theresa marries the other guy. And of course the guy there divorced his wife for lying that the child was his, forging DNA and everything. And it's still one Theresa spoiling both houses. So anyways, Theresa marries that guy. And then of course that guy absolutely trusts Theresa. Anything Theresa says goes. Sends his wife away. And once Theresa knows that, okay, he got him where he wants him to, she divorces him. She gets everything. As we speak, Theresa is a nanny somewhere else. And all these events happened in USA. Those are real stories. Theresa is basically probably even a billionaire, right? But she's going from one house to another, working as a nanny. Working as a nanny. If you are a madam, Theresa is working for you, you are keeping everything to yourself, your profession, that's fine. But one thing Theresa doesn't stand is when families start telling her their problems. She's like, I'm just in your house to work. I don't want to know what you guys are going through. So the next time you're getting a nanny, hopefully you don't get a Theresa. But be careful what you tell these nannies, what you tell these housekeepers, house helps. Most of them don't really care what you're going through. They don't care about about your issues. They're at your house to work and get paid. Some people, when a nanny works for you for a very long time, you lose that professional line. You tend to bend the professional line. You say, oh, now they are family. Some of those nanny are saying, no, we are not family. We can never be family. Don't involve us in your problems. Don't involve us in your issues. So guys, the book is on Amazon. The title of the book is Things Your Domestic Workers Will Love to Tell You, but they will not. And one of the things they will love to tell you is that please do not tell us about your issues. If you're having money problem, don't tell us about your money problem. We do not care. We don't want to know. Okay, guys, that is it for now, and I'll see you all in the next video.